else.
I don't know. Something happened there.
It's all good.
It's all good.
All right, so I'm excited to share with you guys how Mary and Marion have achieved the results they have. Two very different stories, different experiences of obviously long-term chronic things that Mary's dealt with, and something very acute and immediate that Marion has dealt with. And so how is this technology able to help both of them? So this is what the patch looks like. This technology is a non-transdermal patch. It looks like a little round Band-Aid. And what it does is it works with your body's light. And what happens is when you apply this patch to the skin, your body's light or heat that we emit reflects back a signal from this patch. Okay? And that signal increases your body's stem cell production. And that happens through the pathway of what's called GHKCU copper peptide. David is on point, putting that in the chat for you guys right now. You can go to that website and look up 50 years of data and research and clinical studies on the benefits of increasing your GHKCU, which we know, of course, declines in age, just like your stem cells do. You know, you had an abundance of stem cells when you were young. That's why 5-year-olds don't have gray hair and 10-year-olds don't have back pain and 12-year-olds don't have heart disease, right? Because they have plenty of stem cells on board, repairing and regenerating and constantly rejuvenating their cells and tissues and organs. But we know as we age, we make less and less stem cells, which is why the inventor of this technology, David Schmidt, worked so hard in the lab for 10 years to figure out how to help the body increase its own stem cell production so that you could literally turn back the clock to repair, regenerate, rejuvenate all your cells and tissues and organs in your body by activating your stem cell production. So this is not putting anything in. Remember I said non-transdermal? Non-transdermal means nothing is transferring into the body. So you're probably familiar with pain patches and birth control and nicotine patches. Those transfer chemicals or substances into the body. And so when we apply this patch, our body's light reflects back a signal from the patch. Now you're probably going, well, what's in the patch? How is this working? It's light communicating with light. See that white part? Embedded in that white part is a crystal lattice structure. Okay? A structure that is light. Okay? It's made up of organic amino acids, salts, sugars, water, oxygen. It's proprietary, of course. David invented it. And so that lattice structure is embedded in that patch. And our body's light or heat communicates with that. Reflects back that signal, increases, activates, elevates, mobilizes your own stem cells. And they go to work every single day to repair, regenerate, whatever is needed in your body. You heard Mary talk about her pain, her knees, her shoulders. Those stem cells went to work right away. That increase of GHKCU went to work right away in her body to help her alleviate pain and increase mobility and movement, right? We see that very commonly with this patch to be able to decrease pain, increase range of motion and movement, reduce inflammation. We know that it helps with energy and focus and concentration. We also know it helps with wound healing. Oh my gosh, did you hear Mary? Wow. Marion, I don't know how old Marion is, but she had a stroke. She's probably not a child, right? And so she had a stroke. Her body immediately increased its stem cell production. That acute issue happened and it went to work to repair and regenerate and rejuvenate what was going on in her brain. Right? And so it can go to, your stem cells go to different areas to do different things. This is not like a stem cell injection. I'm sure many of you are familiar with injections. I've spent 10 years with my daughter doing different types of stem cell treatments, and that was part of it, right? In and out of the country. Oh my gosh, Marion, you're 85 years old. You sound so young. I would have never guessed that. Your voice sounds amazing. And so I know what stem cells do, right? You put an injection into a shoulder or into a knee, and those stem cells go to that area, and you hope they repair and regenerate that area, right? But are they doing anything else throughout your body? Probably not, because the inflammation is consuming the majority of the stem cells. When you apply this patch, your body has its own innate ability to know how to heal itself, right? You know, when you cut your finger or break your bone, It's not the Band-Aid or the cast that repairs your body. It's the body because of the stem cells. And I bet you guys know this too. As you age, because you make less and less stem cells, about half by the time in your 30s and less than 10% by the time in your 60s. And obviously with Marion, they aren't even present in her bloodstream, right? So then her body doesn't really have the ability to repair and regenerate itself very quickly, does it? Probably not even hardly at all. So if it weren't maybe possibly for this technology, of course, we're not making any claims, but this technology had already been increasing her stem cell production. This technology, which was applied to her and continue to be applied to her during the whole process, wow, here she is now, boom, like she's like up and going like nothing ever happened because her stem cell were brought back on board. And guess what else this technology does? This resets a third of your genome. A third to its perfect divine state, upregulates and resets those genes. And we know each gene expresses at least one or two other genes. And you know what we see from the compound effect from that? We see that a typical person in about a 6-month period reverses their cellular age by about 8 years younger. That means your cells, your tissues, your organs. People ask me all the time, how long do you have to wear this patch? Because they're used to a medication, right? Medications you take for a certain amount of months or years, or sometimes you go to the doctor and they're like, oh, you're on Synthroid for the rest of your life. Go see CVS once a month, every single month to refill your prescription. It's not an option. You don't bat an eye, you do it, right? So people want to know, how long do I wear this? Well, here's what I tell people. The general rule of thumb is 1 month for every 10 years you are old. Or just stop using the patch when you want to start aging again. The technology, the clinical studies, David has done over 90 clinical studies over the last 20 years. Double-blind placebo, independent researchers and labs across the globe with people, not petri dishes, but people. And he can show the effectiveness of this technology to literally stop the aging process and to repair and regenerate and rejuvenate everything. You guys, we can be literally 25 years old, inside and outside. So think about that. What are you doing for the next 6 months, the next 12 months? Look at Marcy, Bob Campbell, Jan. What are you doing for the next 3 years? They've been using this technology for 3 years. No wonder they look so young on the outside, right? So vital and vibrant. You all saw them at the conference last week. They're running around like crazy, like teenagers, talking to everybody all hours of the night, having a blast because they have boundless amounts of energy, right? And so being able to use this technology helps improve the quality of your life. That's what it boils down to. No matter what's on your grocery list, whether it's long time things or whether it's something even more in the future, no matter what your age, from 2 to 102, whatever your age is, we can help your body get back into balance. So all you do is apply this patch in the morning on the back of your neck or below your belly button and leave it on for 12 hours. During that day, you're going to be drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. It's super important to stay hydrated. The conductivity of your cells, the light, they need water. And so water is a key to your success, right? And to be able to have amazing results. And so using this technology day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year is going to help you cross everything off your grocery list and live a really long life with us.